Hi, this is Kristen, and this is the demonstration for the OOP Turtle Graphics Assessment. OOPGraphics.jar properly added to project. Yep. So reference libraries OOPGraphics.jar. It imports it there, extends it there. Yep. Project contains main class.java. Or you've moved. Yep. So I have a main class. It creates an object of Turtle Graphics. Turtle Graphics then extends OOP Graphics, and all of the processing is done in here. Correctly call the OOP about method. Just uncomment it. Yep, so there we go. The code for that is here. Main class.java has a main. Yep, already showed that. Main class creates object to Turtle Graphics. Turtle Graphics then extends OOP Graphics. Sorry. When most of the processing is done. The about method is called when the user types about into the text field. Yep. So if I run this code, 1 second, just comment that, and I type about. Yep, there you go. The code for that is here. It takes the command, it turns it to uppercase, splits the string into a string array, then verifies it, make sure it's valid, and if split command.length equals 1, then it executes this statement. If the command equals about, it calls the basic command method and gives it the command, which in this case will be about, which basic command method. If command equals about, then it will execute the about method. Requirement 2, command support, pen down. So if I run this, pen down, code for that is the same as about, pen down, takes the command, if command splits the command, then if the split command.length equals 1, executes this switch statement. If the command entered equals pen down, basic command pen down, then in the basic command method, because command equals pen down, it executes case pen down. So there. Forward command works, and forward command works with a parameter. So forward 100. For some reason it does it really slow whenever I record in OBS, but it only does it the first time round. I'm not sure why. So for the code here, it does the value and all, takes the command, splits it into an array. If the command has a length of 2, so if there is a space separating 2 elements in it, it will split that command. So forward 100 will be split into an array with index 0 being forward, index 1 being 100. If split command index 0 is forward, it executes parameter command, the command entered, which is forward, and the integer value of split command index 1, which is the parameter. So in parameter command, if the parameter is valid, if the command entered is forward, then it executes the forward method with the parameter command being the distance. backward command is the same in terms of the code, I mean. Instead of the command being forward, the command will be backward. It would be sent to the parameter command method the same, where it will execute the switch statement if the parameter is valid, and if the command is backwards, it will do forward parameter times -1 because there's no backwards method. So you just repurpose the forward one. Turn left and turn right both work the same way. Turn left 90, forward 100. If instead of backward you declare index 0 and split command equals turn left, then sends to the parameter command the same, the parameter method if command equals turn left, it will then execute the case turn left, the turn left method by parameter representing the degrees or angles of turn to. I'm unsure. And again, turn right, the exact same, takes the command, formats it, splits the command, if split command index 0 equals turn right, parameter command, split command 0 equals turn right, and it will send the integer value of split command index 1, the parameter method there, if command is turn right by parameter. Pen up command. So there, the pen up command works. The pen up command is similar to how the pen down command works. It takes the command, if split command dot length equals 1, which means there is no other, if the command is valid, I mean, it means there's no other element in the array, so there's no parameter. And if the command equals pen up, basic command method with pen up being command being pen up there. So public command method, if command equals pen up, then it will execute the case, pen up, and then do the pen up command. For colours, so I do pen down, white, 100, black. Oh, very bad. 100. So there you can see all 4 colours. Obviously you can't see black because of the background. And the code for this is again same as pen up and pen down. If the command entered equals black, green, red, white, it will send that to the basic command method, and in the basic command method, if it equals any of those colours, it will set the pen colour accordingly. So for example, if command equals black, it will set pen colour to black. Clear. So yep, clear clears the canvas. Again, same thing as the colours. If the command entered is clear, send it to basic command method. For the basic command method, if command equals clear, execute the clear method in OOPGraphics. Reset command. 100 and reset. You can see it's moving me back to the center and facing south towards. Yep. In the code, it's same as clear. If command is reset, send to basic command, command equal reset, the basic command method. If command equals reset, execute the reset command from OOPGraphics, set the stroke back to default, which is the thickness of the pen, and set the pen color back to the default color, which is red. Validating commands, reports invalid commands. Yep, so if I type invalid command, command does not exist. So when it receives the command in process command, it formats it, it splits the command into a string array. It then takes the first index in split command, index 0 in split command, and sends that to the verify command method to return a value for valid command. In verify command method, it runs the command sent in a for loop, and if the command equals any command that's inside the commands array here, which is a list of an array containing every command that's valid, then it will return true or false if it's not. In this case it's not valid, so it won't execute the rest of this code. Instead it will call the error method and it will give it a value of 1, which here it takes the error method, that value of 1 equals a type, in which case type 1 equals invalid command, command does not exist. Detects valid commands with missing parameters. So forward, invalid command, argument is missing. The way this one works is much simpler. If the command is valid, that means it must be one of these keywords. However, if, even though it's valid, the command split command.length only equals 1, but does not equal any of these commands, then that must mean it's one of these other valid commands and has not been given a parameter. Therefore it will call the error method and give it a value of 2. And in the here we've got the error method, the type is 2, so it will print out the error message, type 2, invalid command, argument is missing. Detects non-numeric parameters. Yep, invalid command, argument is not a numerical value. So if the command is valid and split command.length equals 2, that means it is a command that needs a parameter. One parameter, sorry. It will then send split command index 0, which will, because of how the commands are always formatted, it will always be the command word, so in this case forward, and it will work out the value of the string, which is split command 1, but it can only do that if it is an integer. If it's not an integer, it will return a number format exception error, in which case, because it's in a try loop, in this catch here, when it gets the error, it will run the error method, and it will give it a value of 3. And in the error method here, it will print out display message, error message, case 3, so type 3, invalid command, argument is not a numerical value. Balance parameters. Yep, so if I do forward 150, invalid command, argument is not between 1 and 100, or I do, let me reset it, forward minus 100, invalid command, argument is not between 1 and 100. So if the code is valid after everything, and if the command is split command.length equals 2, or split command.length equals 4, split command.length equals 2, all of these commands require a parameter that must be between 1 and 100, in which case it will send the value there to parameter command. If in the parameter command method, it will check if the parameter is valid. So if parameter is more than 0 and parameter is less than or equal to 100, it will execute the code and run whichever function it needs to. Otherwise, it will call the error method, and it will give it a value of 4, which in the error method, case 4 or type 4 is invalid command, argument is not between 1 and 100, the type from there. So yeah, requirement for saving and loading. I'm just going to double check that I haven't accidentally. So delete these from the previous attempt. So if I do forward 100, pen down, right, there, and I save image works, and I go back to my code, I refresh this, there we go, it saved the image, there, and the code for this is here. So similar to forward, backwards and those commands, if split command.length equals 2 and the command split command index 0 equals these commands for, it will send it to parameter command, which is an overloaded method of the previous one, where both the parameter is a string because it needs a file name, not an integer. So calls parameter command with a string parameter. If the command equals save image, it will call the save image method with the parameter being again the file name. The save image method here, it creates a buffered image, which is the image of the display. It creates a file called image file. If the file exists, it prints out a message. If the file does not exist, it writes the image to the buffered image. And if there's an IO exception, it prints error 5. So if there's an error with being able to save the file, it prints an error. Load command works. Clear your screen and output image. Yep. Clear. Load image works. Warning, load file without saving. Yes. And it loads the image. The code for this is again the same. Similar, sorry. If split command length equals 2 and it equals load image, it will go to the parameters command method with split command 0, so load image, and split command index 1, which is the file name. If in the parameter command method, if command equals load image, it sends it to the load image method of the parameter, and in the load image method here, it has a pop-up which to verify if you're sure about saving. We'll get into that later. Creates a file called image file, creates a buffered image. If the file exists, if the file exists, it will set the background to the buffered image. Well, set the buffered image to the saved file, sorry. Saved all commands previously typed as a text file. So if I go clear, reset, and I do save cmd op test, save, if I refresh here, op test.txt, and you can see the list of commands that have been entered here. The code for that is here. It takes the command, formats it, splits it into a string array, if that command is valid, and if the command command.length equals 2, and then the command entered, index 0 equals save command, it will call the parameter command function with save command and the file name. Parameter command equals save command, it will call the save command with the parameter, save command method with the parameter. In save command, it creates a file called command file, creates a file writer called write command file, and uses a for loop to write each line of the command history, which is an array list, which uses the method, the save to command history method that pops up here, and here, and appends any command that gets typed out to this list so that it can then be printed out in the GUI text area, the history text area, but can also be printed out to a text file. So if I load cmd op test, warning load without saving, yes, and as you can see, it runs all of the code that have been entered so far. The code, again, same as save command, takes the command, splits the command, if the command is valid and is split command length equals 2, if split command 0 index equals load command, parameter command method, load command, with the parameter being the file name, and then that calls the load command method, which again creates a pop-up asking if you're sure to load before saving, creates a file called command file, a scanner called read file, and checks if the file exists, and it uses a while loop to print those commands and to read those commands and put them into the process command method, which will then execute each command. A warning is displayed somewhere if the current image is not saved. So if I load cmd op test, again it will warn load file without saving. If I select yes, it will do it. if I do load img works and I click no, it won't load it. The code for that is here. Again, if it checks if the save command and load command is called, goes to parameter command, runs through there, goes to appropriate functions. For the load command, it uses a J option pane, which is like a pop-up with 3 options, and it checks if the button you've pressed is yes option, in which case it is not the yes option, in which case it returns and essentially leaves the code. Otherwise, it just continues on with here. Saves. Same with load image. The code will not continue unless you press yes. A warning displayed using a GUI dialog box. Yep, as already shown. Inheritance. Override the about method, so it still does the same dance, but appends a message that contains your name. Show the new about method working. Did I exit? Oh, fuck, I closed it. So if I open it again, about, it writes the code, does the usual dance, and appends a message here with my name. The overload code for that is here. At override public void about super.about to play the original dance, and then this one here to display a message. Didn't mean to do that. To display the message, Kristen Holden. Implemented a square length command. If I do square 100, it draws a square. If command after being formatted and validated is split command.length equals 2, and the command split command index 0 equals square, parameter command goes to the parameter command. If square was entered, square parameter, which calls to the square method, which just uses a for loop to take the parameter and move forward by the parameter, turn left 90, and repeats that until the square has been done. A pen, red, green, blue command. Yep. So if I do double check what that command actually is, it is pen color. So if I type pen color and I do 100, 20, 20, I do pen down, turn left 90, fold 100, fold 100, pen color 20, 20, 20, fold 100. You can see it changes the color needed. It's kind of a dark greyish. Code for that is here. So if the command, after all the process of validating, if split command.length equals 4, because this command requires 3 what's it called? 3 parameters, sorry. It will execute this else loop. If split command 0 is pen color, it will do parameter command, but this time with, well, 4 parameters. With a command, sorry, and 3 parameters. Again, it's overloaded. Parameter command. So it takes the command word, which is index 0 in split command. So pen color. Parameter 1, which is red. Parameter 2, which is green. Parameter 3, which is blue. It then creates set pen color, and then creates a new color using the color class, I think it's called, where parameter 1, 2, and 3 create the color. Pen width. Yep, so pen width. I need to check what's the command actually called. Pen width 100, and I turn left 90, forward 100. Pen width 20. Oh. Ah, I see why. I've left it commented. That's my bad. So if I do pen width and I do 20, pen down, forward 100, you can see quite a thick line. If command is split command length equals 2, and command that's split command length index 0 is pen width, goes to parameter command. The parameter command method, if it's pen width, goes to the pen width method, and then it just sets the stroke and it just displays a message to let me know how thick it is. A triangle size command. So if I just triangle 20, oh well, can't see like that. Triangle 100. There, it draws a triangle. Again, similar to square, it checks if split command length equals 2, if split command index 0 is triangle, parameter command needs an integer parameter. If parameter command equals triangle, go to the triangle method. And the triangle method just puts the pen down, orientates the turtle, and uses a for loop to draw the parameter and then turn the angle it needs to do until a triangle has been drawn. Nope, I could not do this. Anything else to add? No. Check. And that's it. Thank you.